Hi, and welcome to my AP Bio 101 video course. In this episode, I will be giving the introduction to ecology and the biosphere. So, with the development of agriculture and the domestication of animals, people have learned more and more about how the environment affects the growth, survival, and reproduction of plants and animals. Ecology is experimental science. Ecology focuses on complex systems. Ecology can be known or is equivalent to evolutionary biology. So, as we all know, Darwin is considered like the godfather of evolution. So, with the evidence that Darwin has brought to our attention, we can see that with them adapting to their specific environment and that there are environmental factors that can cause evolutionary change within a population. So that's how they coincide and how they're kind of similar. So, population, there are sorry. There are 5 different types of ecology. The first ecology is known as organism ecology, which can be divided into physiological, physi, I'm sorry, physiological ecology, evolutionary ecology, and behavioral ecology, which concerns on how the animal is structured, which would be the physiology, and the behavior of how that animal acts. So then next we have population ecology, which is factors that affect how many individuals of a particular species live in an area. Community ecology, which is the whole array of interacting species within a community. Ecosystem ecology, which is the energy flow and chemical cycling among the various biotic and abiotic components, which I'll get into later about what those mean. And landscape ecology, which is the arrays of ecosystems and how they are arranged in geographical regions. So, biogeography provides for understanding what limits the geographic distribution of species. So say there's a species that can't live in water, so of course it's not going to thrive or survive near an ocean or a lake because it can't survive in water, so it's most likely not going to be there. So the movement of individuals away from centers of high population density or from their area of origin is called dispersal, which contributes to the global distribution of organisms. For a transplant to be considered successful, some of the organisms must not only survive in the new area, but they also need to reproduce. Because if you can't reproduce, then your species will die off and become extinct. So this is when we're going to talk about abiotic and biotic factors. So some abiotic factors, biotic factors are all living things in the area. Bio means life. So everything that's living in the area. Abiotic factors are non-living factors. So that would consist of the temperature, the water, sunlight, wind, rocks, and soil. And all of these abiotic factors are components for climate. And climate is just, whatever, not just weather, but weather, temperature, everything that I just said basically contributes to climate. So, some aquatic biomes are marine and freshwater biomes, and then there are considered different zones in which different organisms thrive. So, first there is the photic zone, which is where photosynthesis occurs. Then next we have the aphotic zone, which is where the light penetrates through. And then last we have the benthic zone, which is where organisms are located. So that's where your fish would be, your crabs, different organisms. So next are terrestrial biomes. So I have temperate grasslands, forests, savannas, chaparral, and coniferous forests. And so within these different biomes, organisms thrive, and they all have different climates. So in the tundra, it's very cold, whereas in the rainforest, it's not as cold, it's hot, it's more rainy, it's more humid. So within your freshwater biomes, you'll have lakes, wetlands, streams and rivers, and estuaries. And in these environments, there can be some salt, but there's not going to be as much salt as that you would find in a marine biome. So you'll have the intertidal zones, oceanic, pelagic biome, the coral reefs, and then the marine benthic zone, where, as I told you, the benthic zone is where organisms thrive and where they live. So in this episode of Ecology, I just basically gave you the introduction to it, and then in the next 3 episodes, I'll get into more detail about ecology. Thank you for watching. Now click on my next video to learn about behavioral ecology.